Before, and if you're new, my name is Suzanne and I'm a stay-at-home mom to 3 girls. On my channel I like to post videos that relate to lifestyle, motherhood, homemaking, DIYs, anything along those lines. For today's video I thought I would just do a kind of New Year's goals and intentions. I'm a little late. Today is the 18th of January, so I'm a couple weeks late in putting this out, but I really wanted to get it done. One, because it's still January and I just really like to watch these kinds of videos even if they're not completely related to my personal goals for the year. The motivation I get from seeing other people set goals and set out to accomplish them makes me feel even more ready to tackle what I have on my own intention list. Also, I really wanted to do this video because I just turned 40 on the 10th of January. While I don't feel 40, I don't really necessarily know what 40 should feel like. I do have to say that age kind of just feels like a number at this point, and I don't think it's a competition. I don't think you should compare yourself to anybody else at your age and what you have done or what you haven't done, and don't let age or anything else get in the way of your mindset to be the happiest person that you can be and set out to do things that you want to do for yourself. With that being said, I thought I would get into my personal goals and intentions for this year, for 2023. So some of the ways that I like to do this are to write them out. I have a planner. Every year I like to get a planner. Sometimes I get one for myself, but sometimes because my birthday is right at the beginning of the year, it's also a really popular gift for family to get me, and I always love any planner. My absolute favorite are the Happy Planner planners. So this is the one that I have for this year. I like these planners because I feel like they're just big enough. They do have one that's even bigger than this that I've used in the past, and while I loved it, it was a little too big, but this size I think is perfect. It's kind of just about notebook size. I thought this one was very pretty. They have tons to choose from if you go to the Happy Planner website, but I actually just found this one on Amazon. So it says slow down, deep breath, and start again. And I just thought that was the perfect mindset for going into this year. So I'll get into my planner a little bit more in just a bit, but that's one of my favorite tools to use when I am planning out my goals for the new year. I also really enjoy using my phone. I love to use my phone to go onto the Notes app, and then I just put down each year like words or things that I want to remember or think about or do, and that helps me to stay focused and keep everything in the forefront whenever I go to get on my phone and see what my current goals are for the year. I also like to do some vision boards. I don't do that every year, like a printed out one, but I do like to make them, and I'll show you how I do that a little bit later in the video. But that's another really fun aesthetic way to stay focused on your goals for the new year as well. I don't think you need to wait for the new year to have a fresh start, to make new goals, and to do something that you think will better your life or make you happier in the long run. If it ends up being a Tuesday in the middle of March, then I totally think you should jump all over it. But there's no denying that the idea of a new year kind of signifies a fresh start, especially for me, a new year with a new decade and a birthday. So it all just kind of always comes at one time for me, and I kind of just take that and run with it as a personal fresh start for me to kick off the new year and my birthday month on the right foot. So I'm gonna go into a little bit of how I do that and just what that is in this video. So if you want, you can pull up a cup of coffee or some tea or whatever it is that you might enjoy drinking, and we can get into this together. I thought I would start out just by telling you my word of the year. I never used to do a word of the year. That's actually kind of a newer thing for me. I have a lot of friends who've done it. I know on YouTube I've seen a lot of the people that I like to watch do it, and I started doing it I think a couple years ago. Last year my word was simplify. I really wanted to focus on living a more stress-free life, in terms of just things. So simplifying my environment by decluttering, going through everything, deciding what I really needed, what I could let go of. I do a lot of decluttering videos on my channel and organizing and those types of things. So if that interests you, then maybe you might want to stick around and subscribe. There's still a lot of things that I would like to do that relates to that word. Nothing was absolutely perfect last year. I wanted to pick a new word for 2023. So my word this year is nurture. I just felt that nurture is a very calming word, a pretty word, a word that can go along with a lot of different things. Some of the things that I want it to pertain to specifically for me and for this year are nurturing my family, my relationships, like friendships, my home and my environment where I spend the most time, my relationship with my children, which kind of goes along with family, but there's some things I want to do specifically with just my kids, and then also nurturing my marriage, because a lot of times, especially with having, it's no secret that once you have kids, marriage and the relationship that you have with your partner or your spouse can kind of get pushed to the wayside. So that is something that I really want to make sure I focus on this year, and I want to do that in the form of like date nights and just time together, even if that's spent at home. I just don't want it to feel like we're two ships passing in the day. I really want to focus on strengthening our relationship for ourselves and for our kids as well. The last relationship I want to nurture is the one for myself. Again, when you have kids, or even just as you get busy with life, if you don't have kids, you still might put your own needs at the bottom of your list of things to do. We've probably all been there. I know I've been there, and I really want to stop doing that this year. I really want to focus more on myself and the time that I spend taking care of myself, whether that's fueling my body with good foods, or maybe adding in an exercise routine to my day, just taking care of my looks, because again, as a mom, you kind of don't really worry about what you look like. As the days go on, you're just more focused on other things. I don't want to be that way, even though I am sitting here in my sweatshirt and my mom bun telling you all this, but I want to make sure that I am nurturing the relationship I have with myself so that I can feel better mentally and physically as I go through the rest of this year. I also want to make sure that I am putting our family culture to the forefront, just having special bonding moments with our family as a whole, whether that be outings. We love to go to the beach. We live pretty close to the beach, and we don't go often, but I would like to go more often, just because the girls always have so much fun, and it's such a special thing to do, to connect with nature in that way. Living by the ocean, I mean, we're not right by the ocean, but it's about a 15-minute drive, which isn't too bad. Being able to be close enough to the ocean where we can just go see it and be totally engulfed in that kind of serene feeling that comes along with standing next to the ocean, I think it's just, you can't put a price on that. So I really want to make sure that we are taking time as a family to spend time in nature, even if it's just going to the park or maybe going to the farmer's market. We were able to do that a couple times last year, so I would like to do more of that this year. Again, just to bring our family closer together and to focus more on that family time, because it is so important to have those special moments together. Life just gets busy, and if you don't make time for it, it won't happen. So I really want to make sure that I am prioritizing nurturing that family time so that we can spend time together and get the most out of what we do. Something else that I really want to make sure I'm taking time to focus on is just making my living environment as beautiful as it can be. So whether that might be something simple like adding in fresh flowers or adding in some more plants. It was my birthday and my husband took me to get some more plants for our home, which I was so excited for. I have this massive monstera behind me that I got for my birthday last year, and it's actually grown quite a bit. I just watered it yesterday. Having plants and fresh flowers in your home can go so far into making you feel complete. It's like you have something to take care of. I look forward to watering them. I love to see how much they grow. You get such a feeling of accomplishment by doing that, and not only does it feel good to take care of plants, but they also make your space beautiful as well. Those are all the things that I want to apply my word of the year to. If you have a word of the year, let me know in the comments down below, because I just think that it is so interesting and inspiring to hear from other people consider goals that they would like to set forth for themselves and things that they want to accomplish this year or focus on this year. I don't really say the word resolution because I feel like even though it's not necessarily a negative word, it kind of has a negative connotation with it. So I just would rather say goals and have that be something that I can set out for myself to do or work toward, and hopefully I will be able to at the end of the year look back and say, yes, I was able to do this, or maybe I need to work a little bit more in certain areas to accomplish that goal and move forward and add it to my list of things that I would like to do for next year as well. I thought I would go into a little bit of what I like to do when it comes to setting my goals and everything out for me to focus on and be able to see. I really like to create a plan in my journal. So like I was saying at the beginning of the video, I have my planner for the year. This is my brand new happy planner that I got for 2023, and I love to go through it. I used to be an art major, and I have that creative side that has always this just need to be filled in some ways. I used to paint and draw, so I would love to get back into that. But another way that I can feel like I am fueling my creativity is by having my planner, and I have all these little fun stickers that go along with it. I don't do crazy layouts. I'm definitely not one of those amazing people in the planner community who are so talented and can just make these awesome layouts. I don't spend that much time doing it. Maybe in the future, that's something that I could strive for. But I do have just my little sticker books that I've collected over the years, so I will flip through those, and anything that I still have, I don't really buy them anymore because I have so many, but anything that I do have, I will go through them and kind of create a simple layout for each month or each week, and that sort of inspires me to have something beautiful to look at while I can still stay organized. In my planner, I like to write down goals that I have for that week or things that need to be accomplished for that week. I like to write down tasks that need to get done. I meal plan in my planner. I don't always stick 100% to it, but it does help me to have a kind of a plan in the beginning of the week that I can go off of each day, and then I can always change it up if necessary. I also like to put my YouTube work and my content planning in my planner. So I will put whatever videos I have coming out that week, if I need to do any special filming or editing that week. Sometimes I'm just in my home, but sometimes I might need to go somewhere and get some footage of me out and about. So I always want to put that in my planner so I know what I might need to get done that week. I don't put any budgeting in my planner. I do have a separate notebook that I use for budgeting. I did a video on it last year, but I do think I'll do an updated video on it for this year. But I don't put that kind of stuff in my planner. It's mostly just weekly to-dos, daily to-dos. If there is something significant that I do need to put in there that has to do with budgeting, I will. But for the most part, I just keep it pretty simple and decorate it with my super cute, fun stickers, and that kind of makes me have something to look forward to each week, and it just makes the planning process a little bit more fun too. As far as a vision board, I didn't always print them out, but I am redoing my office space this year. I do have an office, but it's in my bedroom, so it is my goal this year to redo that space completely. I would like to sit at my desk a little bit more and work if I can. It's hard to do. My husband and I are on opposite schedules, unfortunately, so I don't get to just sit in my room a lot. But at the end of the night, I would like to have a space where I could go, and that's where I do my work and kind of keep it closed away from everywhere else, so I can have that be my workspace and not move my workspace all around the house, if that makes any sense. Once I saved the pictures from Pinterest, I just went on to Canva and uploaded them onto a kind of desktop shape. I organized them just as I would have if I was my 90s kid self and doing it with magazine clippings. Raise your hand if that was you, sitting on your floor in your bedroom and clipping out magazine pictures and posting them all over your wall or all over a big piece of poster board, because I used to do that all the time. This is a much more modern version of that. So I just went onto Pinterest, found a bunch of pictures that I felt went along with my word for the year, with my goals and intentions for the year, and then I uploaded them onto Canva and pasted them all over on a desktop template. And then that's what I use to put on a bulletin board in my room and have that to refer to. I also decided to put it on my desktop, but it looks a little busy, so I don't know if I'll leave it there all the time. And then I wanted to put it on my phone wallpaper as well, just so that way every time I pull up my phone and look at it, I'm reminded of pictures that make me feel good, pictures that motivate me, things that I want to remember as I go through each day and start out each day. So I find that having it as my phone wallpaper has been extra inspirational. That is going to do it for my 2023 goals and intentions video. I hope that this might have given you a little bit of inspiration if you are thinking about what your goals and intentions are going to be for the current year. Maybe you're like me and you like to do a word of the year and find pictures that relate to it and have those front and center so that you can focus on that. Or maybe it's just a personal thing for you that you might jot down in a journal or keep to yourself and you think about it each day. Whatever you find that is going to be something that will push you to accomplish your goals or get as close to accomplishing your goals as possible this year, we can only do the best that we can do at the end of the day. So if your best is just getting out of bed each day and brushing your hair, because sometimes that's the most that I get done, then that is how it is. Sometimes just getting through the day is an accomplishment, especially if you have kids and a family to take care of on top of yourself. I just want to say personally that you should feel proud and you should feel happy with anything that you get done during the day, whether that might be a load of laundry, whether that might be just spending time with your kids, a date night, whatever you might have on your list of things to do. I hope that even just crossing one thing off your list will be enough to remind you that you have done a lot, you've accomplished a lot, and there's always tomorrow to start fresh and try to get something else done. But don't put pressure on yourself. We're all in this together and we all have good days and bad days, and we all just really need to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves first so that we can pour that love and that energy that we have out for the rest of our family and make sure that everybody else gets taken care of in return. I want to say thank you so much for being here. I have just recently hit 800 subscribers, which is amazing. I can't even believe that I have gotten to that point. You all are so wonderful and supportive, and whether you've been here for a long time or whether you're new here, I cannot say thank you enough just for being a part of my YouTube journey. I love making these videos. I love connecting with you when you all write back and let me know stories or anything that you can have relate to things that I have talked about. I will be hitting my 2-year mark on YouTube in April, and I am just so excited to see where I'm at then and to see where YouTube takes me for the rest of 2023. I am so glad and happy that you are here. I hope that you will stick around and subscribe if you liked what you saw. I have a lot more motivating and satisfying reset videos for the new year that I have been putting out over the last couple weeks, so I will link those down below if you're interested in watching those. I have more decluttering to do, more cleaning, more homemaking, and just more feel-good videos coming out soon. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.